Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review, swatches, and also a tutorial on the look that I am wearing on a new palette from Colourpop, which is the Main Squeeze palette. I'm super excited to have gotten my hands on this palette. So yeah, if you guys are interested to see my thoughts on this, see swatches, and also again a tutorial on this eye look, then just continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And let's just go ahead and jump right in. Colourpop has been coming out with monochromatic palettes. They have a pink, a purple, a green, and after they launched this one, they came out with a blue one as well. But this is the Main Squeeze palette, and this is also supposed to be like a birthday for 5 years palette as well. So for their birthday this year, they decided to do like launch red tone shadows, and I really was gravitated to the reds. And at first I wasn't gravitated towards this palette, but once I saw swatches and all the reds that were in this palette, I was like, let me go ahead and get my hands on this palette. And when you purchase anything from their 5-year collection, you do get this free Super Shock shadow that is also in like the red beautiful packaging, and as you can see, it does have the number 5 on there. So this is their 5th year of Colourpop being able to, you know, come out with products every weekend. This one's called Birthday Treat. So here's what the color looks like, and I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. Like, it has multi-dimensional glitter in it. It's kind of like a pinkish color. I don't know. It's such a beautiful shade. So I was happy to get this. I really like the packaging as well. Look how beautiful like the boxes are, like watermelon theme. Here's the one for the palette as well. It's super cute and pretty. But now we're gonna go ahead and review this palette. So this palette does retail for $12. I did pick mine up on the Colourpop site. That's the only really place you can pick up Colourpop besides Ulta, but they don't have everything Colourpop has at Ulta. So again, this does retail for $12 and you do get 9 shadows. So this is what the outer packaging looks. Main Squeeze palette, you do get plastic. It does come in like a click closure, and then you also do get a pretty nice size mirror. And then here are the shadows. You get 9 shades ranging from bright reds and like this dark burgundy type color right there. First impressions when I saw it, my eyes went straight to the red tone shades, like this one and this one, like really bright shades. They're really pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. They also do kind of have that same consistency where you don't really need to swirl your brush in there because a lot of color packs onto the brush. I've always been a fan of Colourpop shadows and palettes in general, just because I know I won't be disappointed with their eyeshadow palettes. And then again, you do get 9 shades to kind of use and pick from. When I swatched all of these shades, they all were pretty pigmented. I didn't have to really build any of them up, and I didn't see any staining on my arm either after I took them off. Again, they was only on there for maybe 2-3 minutes and then I took it off. I can let you guys know in the description box or in a comment if my eyes stained, because you know they are red tone shades, and I believe you're not supposed to, not intended for use in the eye area. Yes, because they do have like red pigments in them, and red pigments can stain your eyes. So if you guys don't like staining of eyeshadows on your lids, you might not want this palette. I do love this palette. I really like it. First impressions using it today, I really like it. I like the look it came. I want to do a look just with this brighter red, which is this one right there, like all over my lid, and blend it out in the crease as well. The only thing that I did come across that I was like, dang it, was that it doesn't have like a highlighting shade. Like up here, I did use this Wet n Wild palette just to use the lighter shade that's in here. And then also this shade is not really dark enough for the outer corners. If you want something more darker than what you can see on me, it's not that dark. So I kind of wish that they had a darker like red brown. Yeah, those are like the only 2 things really missing in this palette. But overall, I do like this palette. I'm really happy that they keep coming out with these monochromatic palettes. I'm wondering what it's going to be next. So yeah, overall, I do like this palette. Those are the only 2 cons that I really found using this palette for the first time. So if you guys are interested to see how I created this eye look, then just continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe, and let's just go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. So the first thing we're going to be doing is priming our lids, and I'm going to be taking this P. Louise base. I did already prime my lids off of camera. So the first shade we're going to be taking is the shade called Froze, I'm not sure, but we're going to be applying this in our crease just to start our transition shade. and have a nice base for the other shades that we are going to be applying onto the crease. I'm going to be taking a smaller brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade called Like It's Hot, and I'm going to be also applying this in my crease, but again, it's just a smaller defining brush that fits really nicely into my crease, in the crevices of my crease. But yeah, this is going to be a nice pop of color right there. And then I'm going to be taking a smaller brush, and I'm going to take the shade called Red Bottoms, and I'm just going to deepen up my crease with this shade, and just to kind of give this look a little more dimension. I'm going to be cutting my crease, so I'm just going to be taking my Colourpop. This is the No Filter Concealer. It's just in the white shade, the lightest shade, and also this Royal & Lange Nickel brush. This is a number 10 brush, and if you have hooded lids, you can just apply it really close to your lash line and kind of look up. I don't have hooded lids, so I kind of really need to go in there and cut my crease. I found that this brush is really nice for cut creases because it's kind of like wide but flat, and it really lets me kind of just, as you can see, I'm like tapping and dragging a little bit, and it really gets a big area for my cut crease. So next up, I'm going to be defining the outer corners, going with Red Bottoms again. Yeah, just kind of deepening up this look a little bit. I'm going to be taking a flat, small, precise brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade called Home Slice, and I'm just going to pack it next to the shade Red Bottoms just to kind of have that pop of color right there. This shade would be beautiful all over the lid and kind of smoked out in the crease, you know, just really blown out. It looks super pretty. This is the Super Shock Shadow that's for their birthday collection that I have no idea what it's called because I don't have it right here next to me, but I'm also taking a really small flat shader brush as well. This one wasn't very good to pick up the Super Shock Shadow. These ones are kind of a little delicate. You kind of have to use like a synthetic brush, and I think this brush was like natural bristles. So yeah, I would just recommend using like synthetic brush again or your finger to apply this Super Shock Shadow. Then I'm just taking a pencil brush and kind of just defining my crease again with the Red Bottoms, which is that darker color right there, just again to define the crease. I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild palette, and I'm just going to be taking the lightest shade in there just to use for brow bone, to highlight my brow bone again. And then I'm going to be taking a fluffy brush that I used in my crease earlier just to kind of diffuse it so it doesn't look very harsh. Once you apply kind of the brow bone color, it kind of gets rid of and makes harsh lines onto the crease. I'm going to be taking the roller liner by Benefit and just creating a wing liner. I really like this liner. It's really nice and smooth, and it just really lets you get that really nice cut wing liner that everybody loves to rock. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite liners that I have in my collection, and I would recommend it. For lashes, I'm going to be taking these by House of Lashes in the style Posh Noir, and then this Warrior Princess mascara by Flower Beauty, and then we are just applying them. Oh, I left this in because I use a lash applicator. If you have difficulty applying lashes, I definitely recommend a lash applicator. As you can see, it makes it really easy to apply those lashes, and then at the end you're able to kind of squeeze your lashes with the fake ones, and you know, so it doesn't look like you are wearing eyelashes. You know, you just kind of want everything to blend nicely together. I'm going to be applying liner to my waterline, and I'm just taking the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Kohl Liner in the shade Deep Burgundy. And yeah, I really like this liner. If you want like your lash line to pop, I'd recommend like using a colored liner. I'm just going back into the palette and taking the shade called Red Bottoms just to deepen up the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to be applying the shade called Home Slice, which is the really pretty bright red shade that's in this palette. That one's like my favorite shade from the palette. It kind of has like, not shimmer, but it's like a satin type finish shade. It's super pretty and it's really bright. I really like this. So I'm going to be taking kind of like a fat pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade called Juicy Fruit. And it's kind of like a yellow shifting, like pinkish red type color. It's really, really pretty. And then we are just going to finish off this look with a few coats of mascara to my lower lashes with that same Flower Beauty mascara that I mentioned earlier. And lastly, I'm just going to apply Dose of Colors Brick lipstick to my lips. and this look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!